Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Lime Rock Park in Lakeville, Connecticut. We are here to qualify for the 6th race of the season in the Haas IndyCar Series 2023 season. The Grand Prix of Lime Rock tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG, the channel. But tonight, this evening, I guess we could say, because it's still light out here, we're going to qualify for the 6th race of the season here, Grand Prix of Lime Rock. This is the shortest road course on the circuit here for the Haas IndyCar Series. But with that being said, it's also one of the more difficult places to make a pass, so qualifying going to be very important for these 26 drivers. Of course, a 10-minute session with all 26 drivers on the racetrack, and then the fastest 6 move on to the Fast 6 shootout to go for the pole, and more likely than not, the winner of this race will start on that front row. So getting a front row start here at Lime Rock Park is critical towards having a good finish, and hey, every race matters in the season, especially considering that we have a shorter season this year for these guys, so only 16 races in the season. You want to get your points when you can. Justin Zaidel, first driver out here. Not only is Justin Zaidel the first driver out on the racetrack, he's the first driver in the points standings. He's got a 6-point lead on Trey Smith here in the Haas IndyCar Series after 5 races. A great season for Justin Zaidel in Grattan Autosport. More particularly with Zaidel there in that 23 machine. Of course, won the opening race of the season at Auto Club. He's had 4 top 10 finishes in the 5 races we have had so far this season, so a great season for him there in the number 23. Of course, Trey Smith, however, has also done an excellent job as he won 2 weeks ago at the Richmond Raceway. Get his first win of the season there for Otter Island Motorsports. Zaidel, 44.745 is the first lap. Of course, top 6, like I mentioned. Advance on to the Fast 6, and that's what these guys are going for right now. And then positions 7 through 26 determined here in this round. See if we can find the past winner. He's not out there yet, so we'll get to him when he gets out there on the racetrack. And Angel Oliveira, the defending race winner of this event, has actually won it twice before. See if we can find Trey Smith on the racetrack, the number 79. I don't know if he's got to be out there. He's not on the pit lane right now. He's going to be somewhere out there in that 79 machine. There he is. Of course, the last race winner here in the Haas IndyCar Series grabbed that race victory at Richmond and did so in pretty dominating fashion as well, especially near the end. Absolutely had the fastest car there around the shortest racetrack on the circuit. We go from the shortest racetrack to the shortest road course on the circuit here in the Haas IndyCar Series, so definitely a good vibe there for Trey Smith. I feel like this may be a race where he has some success in. We'll just end up having to see. But he comes into this race second in the point standings now, only 6 points behind Justin Zaidel, and I know he's thinking about that championship that he lost last year. He was the guy to beat most of the season in the title race, and then out of nowhere, Brian Rodriguez came and took it away from him. Well, he's obviously got that on his mind right now as he has gone to the top of the board in the number 79. I don't get it. I just don't get why my team is so good all the time. Okay, we're not the points leader, though. That's Justin Zaidel with Stuart Gratton's team there, but This is something else with this team and what this car specifically can do, because remember when we came here all the way back in 2020, almost 3 years ago, Chase Harris was driving this machine, made a last lap pass on his teammate Marty Johnson for the race win. He made a pass for the race lead here at Lime Rock Park. It was his first career win, and little did we know at that point what this 79 team and what Otter Island Motorsports as a whole would do in the Haas IndyCar Series, especially in that season. And now that they have a past Indianapolis 250 champion driving their machine, they're definitely a force to be reckoned with here in the Haas IndyCar Series, especially after they won last week. But 00 Luna Lona with the fastest time by 0.2 of a second as well. That's a very quick time there for the Dog Pound Incorporated machine. 49, Brad Stover moves up to second. Christian Master. 81 of Zachary Fitzwater, and the 97 of Aaron Abel, currently in the Fast 6. We're only about halfway here through the session now. We will see slight changes in the racing. Did a little bit of adjusting to the I&I on this racetrack. We're going to see ourselves a slightly more intense tire fall off than we have in the past. These guys are going to fall off just a little bit more than they have before, so we'll have to see how that ends up coming into effect. It'll definitely play into pit strategy. This race is usually won on the pit lane because of just how difficult it is to make passes on the racetrack, and you definitely want to have a good run on the racetrack to be set up for the pit lane. But if you mess it up on the pit lane and you don't have the right strategy, your race is going to be over just like that. Zachary Fitzwater actually led 20 laps in this race last year, had an issue on the pit lane, and finished outside the top 20, which gave way to Angel Oliveira winning in this ride. This was actually the car that Angel Oliveira drove last year, now driven by John Stewart in the 25 machine. And right behind him is the defending winner of the Grand Prix of Lime Rock and a two-time winner of this race specifically. As a matter of fact, Angel Oliveira's 2 wins in the Haas IndyCar Series have come right here at Lime Rock Park. So this is his wheelhouse there, driving for Trackhouse Racing. And a great opportunity for him in that one machine. But great opportunity for this guy right here. Jay Knapp, top of the board in the 98 there. And this is definitely a driver I'd love to see go to victory lane. You know, obviously Micah's quote-unquote son. Obviously not his real son. It's just a fake driver. But, you know, that's how we always vibe here, you know. Hey, Chase Buck is my dad, you know. If you get the joke, you get the joke, you know. He started it, so don't get on me. But Jay Knapp there in the 98, definitely a better season than last year, but still not the greatest starts. But this right here, if he can keep that 98 in the Fast 6, which more than likely he will with that time, being the fastest driver right now, a good starting position here at Lime Rock Park is going to go a long, long way, and we'll have to see if he can, in fact, hold on to it. Lewin Alona, Logan Williams, third. Brad Stover, Trey Smith, Christian Master, the top 6 right now. That would be the Fast 6 at the moment. And with the way the tire wear is here on this racetrack, only unless we have guys come down the pit lane, take tires, come back out, which we are seeing some guys on the pit lane right now. Nicholas Samedio's on. Caleb Rose is down the pit lane. They might try to get back out there and get a faster time in on some fresh Firestones. Zachary Fitzwater as well. He's just outside that cutoff there, too, that 81 machine. So I know he would love to make it into that Fast 6 and get a little bit of revenge. Well, not really revenge. People he has to be mad about are his pit crew on his old team there at North State Racing. They don't exist anymore, so he really can't get revenge on them. But wants to get revenge on this racetrack, I guess you could say. A little bit of redemption, that's the word I'm looking for. You know, the English language and me don't get along too well, so. Or is it I and the English language don't get along too well? See, I'm just proving my point right there with what I'm saying. Regardless of the fact, I know Fitzwater would love to go to victory lane here, especially after leading 20 laps in this race last year and not going to victory lane. And that right there could have been the turnaround for his season, because he started off very strong last year here in the Haas IndyCar Series and could not close it out, as near the end of the season he just started to fall off. Yeah, he's nowhere near the top. As a matter of fact, he's on the complete opposite end of the point standings coming into this race. Dead last in points, only 42 total points on the season, 94 points behind the points lead. But it's still early on enough where he can definitely take the championship away. As a matter of fact, Brian Rodriguez was at one point 100 points behind in the championship last year and still went on to win the title. So it's not over for anybody yet, and with the equal ratings we have in this series, it can easily go to anybody. We'll see what Fitzwater can do. The problem, he's got a lot of guys ahead of him right here, and I just don't know if that's going to help him. But he did come down, take those fresh tires. No advantage made there on the 81 machine, as he was stuck behind all these guys ahead of him right here, and not the best way to get a fast time, especially considering just how tight this track is. Lap traffic actually coming into effect here for these guys. Our points leader, Justin Zeidel, may not be the points leader at the end of this race. He's 15th. Now, that's not a bad place to start, and a lot of things can happen in tomorrow night's race. 34 laps of action here at Lime Rock Park. We could see a bit of attrition as well. We've seen all kinds of crazy things happen at this racetrack before, and like I said, we did a little bit of I&I changing here. So these guys are going to be racing a little bit closer to each other. We're trying to get it to a point where they're close enough to each other where if one guy is actually faster than the guy ahead of him, they can actually make the pass. That's actually a difficult thing about this place. It's just such a narrow groove racetrack that these guys really can't get an advantage no matter where they are. I mean, they can get it done. We just saw Troxel kind of do it there on Brad Stover, but all in all, it's a difficult place to get anything to go your way here, and it's going to be fascinating to see, considering who's in this top 6, especially with Trey Smith up there. We may see a dominating performance once again here at the Lime Rock Park. Still a little bit of time left, but we have not seen any change in the top 6 for a while. And more likely than not, that top 6 is going to remain the same. So the 98 there, Jay Knapp with the fastest time. Luna Lona, Logan Williams, Brad Stover, Trey Smith, and Christian Master are the top 6. You don't count out Christian Master. You know, he's had a tough season. He's definitely a long-time IndyCar veteran. Has won races before, 3-time winner in the Haas IndyCar Series. And I know one of those is an Indianapolis 250. I can't tell you what the other 2 are because I just don't remember. But, hey, I'm pretty sure Christian Master remembers, so I have to ask him. I'll have to go back myself and see. Going to be a fascinating race tomorrow, and I think we're going to have 2 drivers, or 2 guys. Well, they both are drivers, technically. 2 guys in the booth tomorrow night as well. Of course, we'll have Micah as we usually do, but if I'm going to have Matt Tuck back in the booth as well. It's been a while since we've had him call a race with us, and since he's in the Wall Wall Cup Series, don't really allow him over there, so we'll have him over here, and I'm sure he'll give some great insight for what we'll see in tomorrow's event. Jay Knapp, Luna Lona, Logan Williams, Brad Stover, Trey Smith, Christian Master, the top 6. They're going to go for the pole. Fitzwater and Aaron Abel make up row number 4. Ace Garcia and Eric Drew will make up row 5. John Stewart and Angel Olvera in row 6. Row 7, we'll see John Andrews and Thomas Troxel. Row 8 will be Justin Zidell and Chris Reynolds. Row 9 will be Caleb Rose and Christian Vargas. Row 10 will be Nicholas Sambadio, Bradley Bradshaw. Row 11, Tanner Parton, Cole Raymond. Row 12, Noah Clifton, Avery Alford. And row 13, Roy Ribbleton and Lana Smith Jr., Trey Smith's brother, at the other end of the field for this one. That's qualifying round 1. Let's see who wins the pole here from Lime Rock. The Fast 6 going for the pole here in the Grand Prix of Lime Rock in the 6th race of the season. Alright, here we go to set the top 3 rows here at Lime Rock Park. Top 6 positions: Jay Knapp, Luna Lona, Logan Williams, Brad Stover, Trey Smith, Christian Master. One of the 6 will start on the pole for tomorrow's Grand Prix of Lime Rock and receive a bonus point towards the championship. I don't think we talk about that too much, you know. So, strict points championship here in the Haas IndyCar Series. Every single point matters, including the ones that these guys get for winning the pole, and that could go a long way. You know, Trey Smith would be 7 points behind if he didn't win the pole last week at Richmond, so just keep that in mind. Now, when we get to Indianapolis for the Indy 250, the top 10 qualifiers receive championship points, with the pole winner for the Indy 250 getting 10 points towards the championship, and that can go a long way as well. Logan Williams will be the first driver out on the racetrack here. Gonna have Luna Lona right in front of him, but I think she might be far enough ahead where it's not going to be an issue. And Jay Knapp is out there as well in the 98 machine. He was the fastest driver in the first round of qualifying. And NS Racing definitely giving him a good ride right there. I think this is a better pairing for Jay Knapp this year, going to NS Racing. Of course, this team theoretically was the team Elijah Gordon drove for last year. And Elijah went to victory lane twice, got the win in Richmond and then at Indianapolis on the road course. And that will be the 8th race of the season for us here, Grand Prix of Indianapolis. So looking forward to that one. They may find some strength there in this racing team. Like Trey Smith kind of just waiting there. I feel like he's going to win the pole again. But I could be wrong. We'll just have to see. Logan Williams, first time, 45.188. 118, excuse me. Jay Knapp's going to be next in line here. See what he can pull off compared to Logan Williams across the line. He's going to go to second, 45.190. And true, this isn't good. Master's not going to be happy with Trey Smith there, coming out right on him as he was beginning his fast lap. So I don't think either of those guys are going to get it. Brad Stover may be in a good position here. He's going to go to... he actually hasn't started. He's starting his fast lap. Luna Lona goes to third, 45.22. And Logan Williams improving to a 44.896. You know, Jay Knapp may actually just have the best advantage because he's not alongside anybody. You know, we only had 6 cars on the racetrack and 3 of them are right in a line. That's not going to help those guys out at all. Jay Knapp across the line. Not quite. 45.065. Master, this is his fast lap, but he was obviously interfered with there by Trey Smith. The 45.661. This is the thing my dad always talks about, you know, when I tell him about group qualifying. It's like, won't they get in the way of each other? Well, that's exactly what's going on right here. And they did that in real life NASCAR. That was always fascinating. But usually they're spread out. I mean, we got like I said, 6 guys, and this is what we're getting. You know, Luna might be getting a slight pull off of this 49 of Brad Stover. She's second quickest. But this is the guy. It's the guy I want to watch out for here. Trey Smith, the last driver to complete a full lap under speed right here in the Fast 6 shootout. Hey, Jay Knapp just went to the top board. He finally got it there, 44.653. And Trey Smith, 44.951. But Jay Knapp, that is exactly what he needed. He's the only one all by himself right here, and he finally got it to work. Christian Master ahead there of Trey Smith, moves up to second. Great run for Master there at Dracoan Racing Enterprises. They'll have a third car for the Indy 250. Hey, we did that. We did that last week. I almost forgot about that. But these guys will have a third car for the Indy 250. NS Racing will have a third car for the Indy 250 as well. Dog Pound Incorporated will have a third car. That'll be exciting. Those guys, Fitzwater and Lona, they could definitely get something to go their way. Here we go. Trey Smith for his second lap. Master fastest. Master took it away there from Jay Knapp. How about that? He was kind of mad about that, getting interfered with there with Trey Smith, and he was like, I'm just going to go ahead and win the pole. Trey Smith is now up to third in the 79. That's a good time for him. Oh, but now he's fourth as Brad Stover goes to second. These guys really finding their times later in this run. And it looks like Logan Williams, who thought may actually have the opportunity of winning the pole. I don't think it's going to happen for him. I think it's going to be Christian Master and Brad Stover on the front row. How about that for a couple of long-time veterans looking to sweep the front row here at Lime Rock Park. Trey Smith, this is his last opportunity. He improves his time, but not his position. So that will do it. Christian Master will win the pole for the Grand Prix of Lime Rock. That is absolutely a much-needed run for him, and hopefully for his sake, he can keep that going and maybe get his first win of the season there after I mean, over in the Cup Series, it's the same thing for him as well. He's just not had good runs at all lately, and I know he wants to turn all that around. He started the Cup Series off, you know, top 10 in the points for a while there, and he's fallen off tremendously over there, but an opportunity to turn all that around here in the Haas IndyCar Series. I think we're at a point now where the tire wear is probably a little too much, and I actually don't think these guys crossed the line in time anyway to officially count their laps. So Christian Master will win the pole for the Grand Prix of Lime Rock tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He'll lead us to the green flag, and he's going to be in the best position possible to start tomorrow's race. It's going to be fascinating to see if he can, in fact, hold on. We might see some slipping and sliding tomorrow. We could see some interesting strategy on the pit lane. All we know is there's a little bit of a mystery going into this race, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it all works out. Master will get a bonus point towards the championship for winning the pole. Brad Stover will start alongside him. Jay Knapp and Trey Smith in row number 2. Logan Williams and Luna in row 3. And then Fitzwater, Aaron Abel, Ace Garcia, Eric Drew, John Stewart, Angel Olvera, John Andrews, Thomas Troxel, Justin Zidell, Chris Reynolds, Caleb Rose, Christian Vargas, Nicholas Samadillo. There was a tie between Bradshaw, Parton, and Raymond. So it's actually going to be Tanner Parton, Cole Raymond, and then Bradley Bradshaw. Then Noah Clifton, Avery, Alfred, Roy Ribbleton, and Landon Smith Jr. That's how they will line up for tomorrow's Grand Prix of Lime Rock. We'll have Mike and Knapp and Matt Tuck in the booth. Great to have Matt back in the booth after a couple of years. It's been a while since he's been in the booth for us for a race, but definitely going to be a fun race and a great booth as well. And we're excited for the 6th race of the season, and the closer we get to the Indy 250, the more excited I get. Like I was mentioning, we just have the owners' sign-ups for the Indianapolis 250, so we got all 36 entries. We just need the drivers for those 10 cars. That will be early May on YouTube, not on Discord. It will not be exclusive on YouTube for anyone who wants to sign up for those 10 cars in early May, but more information will come on that in the future. We have one new team, Drew Webb, going to open up a team for that race, but then 8 other teams just adding a third car. Dracoan Racing Enterprises, DM Motorsports, I think, Yeah, GM Motorsports has it. NS Racing with a new team. I mentioned Dog Pound Incorporated as well. Stuart Grattan also adding on a team. Let me see here. Who else did it? I think Trackhouse Racing also with another car. And there was one other. There was one other team. Which one was it? I can't. Wisconsin Speedworks. They're also going to have another team there. And those are some good teams. Adding a third car to their organization for that race, and they're all going to be great cars to drive for. And then Drew Webb with a 2-car organization just for the Indy 250 as well. It's going to be a great race. It is the biggest race of the year on the channel. My favorite race to do all year long on the channel. I'm so excited for it, as we always are, and we're just around the corner with all that. And in a month's time, we'll be doing qualifying for the Indianapolis 250. Yes. It's just everything about it. It's just why I still do NR2003 to this day. Christian Master wins the pole for the Grand Prix of Lime Rock. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here on AG the channel for the 6th race of the season in the Haas IndyCar Series. I will see you guys later.